Good afternoon, Namaste and Juhar. And all of you know me because I am also a student of IIM Sambalpur. Still now I am a student and I keep on learning. I born and brought up in the steel city of Rourkela. Then my journey start from the age of 6. As a profession, I am an entrepreneur, but as a passion, I am a born artist. I start learning music from the age of 6, and I used to perform on stage from the age of 6. I used to sing, I used to dance, then I used to do drama and theatre from very early age. Then suddenly, all of you know, I belong to a traditional Brahmin Odia family with a conservative background. My grandfather, I used to stay in a joint family, and after a few years, maybe after class 5 or 6, my grandfather doesn't allow me to pursue dance, music or theatre, anything. He told, now you focus on your study. You don't have to go and you keep on dancing like dancer and singer. Whole day you are doing that except study. Then I focus on my study and successfully completed my masters from School of Life Sciences. After that, I got married and became a housewife. That is another phase of my life. With that, I start learning classical music. Again, I started learning classical music and classical dance. Then I enrolled myself in management school and I completed from XIMB. With that, my journey started. Now, I want to focus on my artistic journey. All of you know entrepreneur, business and all, that so many entrepreneurs are in Odisha, and every day you are learning business, how to sell, how to do this, how to do that. But I deviate from that line because we have our own brand. It's a Kosal brand, Kosal Group of Industry we set up. Then we are dealer of Hyundai and Honda also. Because when I joined Hyundai, I first joined in the service sector. I don't have any idea about business because after marriage I became a housewife and I used to cook what they do. I used to take care of whole family. We used to stay 4 generations under one roof. From there I learned the first management, how to manage with all the generation, how I have to cope up with them and all. That my learning managing skills started. Then I joined the Kosal Hyundai services. There I got elite dealership in elite dealer, awarded as elite dealer in Eastern Zone. Then I start working. After that, I don't feel like working there. I told my husband, I don't want to do any business and I don't want to go there. Then I focus on my real passion, that is music, art and social activities. Okay, then what happened? I want to describe a very interesting thing with all of you. I started learning classical, then I used to perform in different stages throughout India, classical, and I start singing in All India Radio, television, and one movie also in Odia movie. From that day, when I start performing on stage first time, from that time I have decided I will not take a single rupee from my passion. It should be my contribution to my local people and local office. Whatever I gain from there, it will goes to the charitable my charity. And I have performed in many stages and I focus in starting from the interior, from villages where people they never seen what is classical dancing. Small villages, and I used to went to Koraput, I performed Odissi there. The people feel so excited to see कि ma'am first time we are watching live what is Odissi dance, what is classical dance. This my journey started, and one interesting thing, then I completed my classical dancing and I completed Visharad in Hindustani classical music. After that, I thought once I came to Sambalpur and I was watching one festival. There people started talking, ma'am, all people are running after classical only, you are also dancing only Odissi, why not folk? Then all the vice chancellors and all the faculties and all the intellectual mass sitting in there with the culture minister and all, they only told me, ma'am, why are you not coming to folk? So I told ki I don't know anything about folk dancing. I never even heard about this. How I will learn this very different from classical. Then I joined MBA. I studied 2 years about what is folk dancing, what is the difference and all. Then I studied Master in Performing Arts. From then I come to know little about what is the folk dancing, what is their trend and all. You all seen this poster, no? This is a typical folk style of Sambalpur. They called it Dalkhai. In this picture you see first time I wear a silk sari. It is a very big risk for me. Generally folk people doesn't wear below the knee length, and they don't wear any silk sari. Only classical dancers, they wear silk saris. Then in the Lokomotsav, they invited me. I thought, let me change something. And mentally I was ready. Definitely people will throw egg and tomatoes on me. 12,000 people. And I am performing with my whole troupe. This is then I thought, let me take a chance, because no one is coming to folk. Everyone running after only classical. Then that day I went to the stage, I performed there. Then after performance, immediately I run and I sat in my car and rushed to my place, Rourkela. I don't wait also, because when people saw me, definitely they will heckle me in the crowd. Ma'am, what you have done on the stage in front of 12,000 people. Then by the grace of God, because I came with a good thought, and my contribution is always towards the development of the society and the dance. It was appreciated a lot. And my poster, it was posted throughout India, even in London, in Dubai, throughout the world. This poster was circulated. Then in the closing ceremony, again they invited me, I performed. And after that I received a lot of awards, starting from Delhi to Dubai to London, and all the Nuakhai and our community festivals. And so I performed with Sangeet Natak Academy, the folk, and again I used to sing classical. From there I started singing folk. That is also another interesting thing. When I first start singing folk, then told, Ajib, what are you singing? You are singing like a Bollywood singer. This is not folk. They don't accept it. Then slowly I learn it, and now I am singing folk also with classical. Both the singing style I have adopted. Thank you so much. This is my journey. One should not stop. This is with my guru I am performing. He is performing at the age of 80, and he first performed only one time. Once he performed, that's me. That's why I always feel proud. He encouraged me to perform folk also. Thank you so much. And this is my journey. I always want you, the student, should learn something from it. and they don't feel like we are unable to do our passion or pursue it. There is lot of time is there. If you utilize it properly, definitely you will succeed. Thank you so much.